Hey everybody, this is your spiritual colorist and diamond painter. I wanted to come to you today with my little whip and chat. And today we're doing Mystic Worlds Baba Saga, Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga. And in this page, she is called Baba Yaga on 17. And I just want to read a little information about her. I love this book because it has so many myths about people all over, not people, but places all over the world. And this is Baba Yaga. It is an ogress from Slavic folklore. She is said to live in the birch forest of northern Russia in a hut that spins around on chicken legs. The fence is constructed from human bones and lined with skulls. Baba Yaga. Now, I don't know about you all, but if anyone knows about the movie John Wick was referred to as Baba Yaga. And when the son of the mafia guy or the big time mobster that he used to work for, son, went and killed John Wick's dog and also stole his car because the dog was who his wife left him, who had just passed away. John Wick went after him and he called his father and told him what he had did. Well, the guy who he actually found out that his son had stole John Wick's car had called him up and told him that he had just stole John Wick's car and killed his dog. And he had hit him in the face. And then he called his father. The father called him and told him, asked him, did you hit my son? And he said, yeah. And he said, well, why? And he said, because he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog. And when they explained who they considered John Wick to be, that he was one of the best hitmen they had on their team. But then he vowed to come out of the team and no longer work for these guys because he was the best at what he do when it was taking down people that they sent him to take out. And they said, do you know who John Wick is? And he said they called him Baba Yaga. Man, he said, Baba Yaga, the boogeyman? He said he was not the boogeyman. He was who they killed. They sent out to kill the boogeyman. And then he began defining how good John Wick's skills was and how he killed 3 guys with a pencil in a bar fight. That his skills of being able to kill and destroy whoever got in his path was top notch, that he was not one to be working with. And when I saw Baba Yaga, that was the first thing that came to my mind. That's what they called John Wick in the movie, on the first John Wick, because there's 3 versions now. There's part 1, part 2, part 3, and there's supposed to be another one coming. And Keanu Reeves plays John Wick, and he is the best actor. One of the best actors out there. I love him, always have. Even in his earlier days, he played Constantine. Oh my goodness. He's played in so many different, The Matrix of all things. But I love him as an actor. And this right here is the ugliest creature you could see. So we made, during this fall season, a John Wick movie into a scary movie. And he is sent out to kill the boogeyman, which looks like this. I can only imagine, because I told y'all I'm a writer, so y'all know my mind always going to writing mode. I can imagine the climax of that story and how it would take place, because there is somebody out there that they call Baba Yaga who is this supernatural beast, but they believe John Wick has the skills to kill her. And he goes out to kill Baba Yaga in a horror movie. That would be a good film, especially with Keanu Reeves playing a part. and asked the hitman to go out and kill Baba Yaga. And she looks this ugly. And there are so many myths. There are myths like if you, I don't know, I say hood myths. You lived in the hood, your neighborhood. I remember we used to call somebody called the Green Lady. And she was this lady who's supposed to have the face, her face like green. And she was old and she was really ugly. Or they say, you know, the crazy man. I don't know. They have all kinds of, you know, myths in the story. You know, don't go down there. This house is haunted. It could be a haunted house. It could be the wrong road. It could be something that happened down the street. Something that didn't happen in a certain area, and they tell you not to go there because bad things didn't happen. And it's, you know, it's a story, Candyman, Bloody Mary. All these are myths, and there are stories of why they have these myths out. And there are so many different ones that are talked about all over the world. And some of them are believed, truly believed by different cultures from different places. They do not play with superstition. If you told do not walk down the street when a black cat is coming down the road, you do not do it. There are some people like grandmoms and great-grandmoms. They had strong beliefs in their superstitions. You do not walk around a pole. You do not go outside and play, you know, when it's lightning and thundering, or you don't, certain little things, you know, you never cross the street when you see what is it, a black cat or something. When you see somebody, when you see an old man on the other side or something like that. It was all kinds of crazy myths, but these are those kind of mythic stories that get told, and there's some that people just truly believe, and they have experienced seeing bad things happen when people don't believe in the superstition and they do what they want to do. I'm like, I don't believe that. I'm gonna do this anyway. And they go ahead and cross it. So I love this book because it has so many myths about people, beliefs from all over. And yeah, I can see the movie with John Wick going out to kill Baba Yaga in a horror film, in a scary movie. Now, under my coloring book, I'm doing the Drills and Chills diamond painting, which is Twilight. And I'm adding some of my AB drills and stuff to there. Oops. I don't know if y'all can see it's Twilight, but that's the part I've done so far. Like she ain't did nothing. I did that a little bit. So I'm supposed to be finished by the end of October. And if you don't know what Drills and Chills is a contest for an opportunity to show your work on Instagram or Facebook, and you can win prizes weekly, and then there's an opportunity to win a grand prize after you fill out the form that is on the page from Diamonds and Washi. If you go to Diamonds and Washi on YouTube, she explains all the rules of the Drills and Chills contest, and you can enter it, and you can use diamond painting, you can use coloring, you can use paintings, and enter in and win weekly prizes, and then you also can win the grand prize at the end. And all you got to do is just put in hashtag on Instagram, Drills and Chills, to show your work and that you've entered in to Drills and Chills. These are my Farber pencils. I don't use these a lot, and I liked them because I thought they was gonna be. Somebody told me they was as good as Poly Chromos. But these are my Farber. Hold on, this is Dorian. What they call them, the Farber. Farben. And I decided I was going to go ahead and use these. And when I got them, I said, oh, they're not as good as the polychromos, but I can see that, you know, they do go down well on a page. I'm going to make this a little fallish because they are going to be green and red leaves. And then I'm going to tin them up a little bit. I'm doing flowers. And see, I usually will sit here and do one flower at a time, like, you know, one leaf, and then do the other leaf, and do the other leaf, and then do the other one. And then I will, but since I'm doing this WIP and shit, I was like, let me just go ahead and color it in all the way. And I like scary kind of movies. I'm not afraid to watch scary movies because it's fall and, you know, October's coming up here, so I don't celebrate Halloween. But, you know, you get a good popcorn and watch a good mythic movie like Candyman. And this witch is really ugly. I'm talking about witches and someone that looks really crazy, and she has a skull in her hand. Like, who she done killed now? And she coming like, oh no, she done got John Wick. Oh no. And you turn around and see John Wick coming behind her with an axe. Because they know everybody go out looking for him because they know he ain't came back yet. And then they say, what's that? You know, you need the woods. And then all of a sudden she pops out and she got the skull in her hand. They be thinking, oh no, she done got John. She done got him. And then before you know it, John come out of the woods with an axe ready to hatch her. And she got blood. Blood is coming all across the skull. I'll see if I can make that happen. Like blood dripping off the skull. She looking half damn crazy with her hair. Oh my God, and out of nowhere. And you think she about to kill the people in front of her, John Wick come out of nowhere with a hammer, with an axe. And go, split her in half. It'll freak everybody out. And I like watching movies like that in 3D. I'm just crazy. I'm just crazy like that. But yes, it's just been a good season so far. Still in the progress of moving forward in all my endeavors. I have a business that I want to start, and I just like to have all my ducks in line before I step out. You know, with the pandemic, you have to look at how the economy is and make sure you know what you're doing. A lot of people want to start businesses and make money, but they don't really get themselves in line with what you have to deal with when starting a business. Because if you really want to start a business, whether it's up, whether it's down, whether it's slow, whether it's fast, you have to stand in there and do what you have to do. And you want to be prepared to take that road. And when you have the finances to do it, you know that the money you put into your business, when you start making that money back, a lot of that money goes right back into your business. You have to know how to keep upgrading things and ask, questions when you get into downfalls, because 1 in every 5 businesses in the first 5 years always fails or goes bankrupt. And it doesn't work because people want fast money, but they don't want to take their time to learn and educate themselves and realize what it really takes to develop a business. And I want to people, if I'm going to do it, I want to be successful and do what I feel is right for me. I don't follow trends and I don't follow other people's lead. I pray about what I'm going to do, and then I set my mind to doing it. Because there's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be mistakes you're going to make. I was going to put on my nails today. Or get my nails done today. But then I said, you know what? I'll get it done next time, because I don't do my nails. I used to keep my nails done all the time until the pandemic came. And then I have a lot of hangnails that gets caught up in my little fingers. Sometimes my fingers get a little red around in here. Probably more so on the other side. And I have to put olive oil on it because I done plucked out a hangnail like 4 or 5 times in a week. And if you have dry hands, and sometimes you don't realize products be drying your hands out. And as we get older, you know, our skin changes. So I'm all about using stuff that's natural and stuff that has really good, you know, enrichment, vitamin E, vitamin A, to keep my hands more softer and moister and stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm going to put my nails back on and see how it works. And hopefully I'll be sitting here feeling like I got hangnail. I hate to feel like I got a hangnail when I have nails on. One time I thought it was maybe some medicine that I had. I don't take no really serious medicine, but I remember after I broke my ankle, I was taking some medicine for my pain. I was like, you know, I'm going to stop taking this. I'm going to go right back into taking what I usually take, some Advil or something. And the medicines make you feel so bad. I'm not a big fan of medicines. Taking pharmaceutical medicines. Now, off-the-counter stuff, Tylenol, whatever, yeah. But I'm always into natural health, natural products that are made to go into your body and not just take away the pain, but we want a quick fix. We want to take something that's going to stop us from not having pain, but not take something that's going to really target what the problem is and help us overcome whatever while we're feeling that pain. So yeah, my business is a natural health and wellness business. Yep. And I'll be talking more about that later. Now let's see how that looks so far. I think I'm going to go back over it with some orange to might put a little bit of tint in here. Her hair is sticking up. How many of y'all have myths that you have heard of that have superstitions in your family that you stick by? Like, no, we don't do that. Some people believe when, you know, the seasons start changing and the fall seasons, we're preparing for winter because death is about to come into the universe and the seasons. And a lot of people lose family members around this time. And I had a friend who said around this time of the year, I love preparing for fall. Like my grandmother used to change her curtains and, you know, you put out all your little fall stuff and, you know, just to celebrate the season, I guess. And I don't have a problem with changing things around for the seasons. But I had a friend say around the fall time, because death is lurking more than it ever has throughout the year, they would sprinkle black salt around their house to keep away illnesses, death, or anything that would try to come into the home. Because that's what they grew up believing. That's what their grandmother taught them. And that's what they were going to stick with. That's what they believe. So that's what you were taught. Then I remember she was telling me, and I told her, I said, I heard black salt. You know, she said, they said they use black salt for witchcraft. That's not what it's for. And, you know, I said, well, you know, people have different beliefs for different things. It doesn't have to mean that. That's what your grandmother taught you. You know, that's what you believe. I can't knock you and tell you not to do what you believe. And she said, I'm telling you, every winter we do that. If we didn't do it one winter, someone got sick in the house, or someone got, real sick. Like she said, when she didn't do it, and her mother didn't do it. Her brother got sick with the flu and stayed in the hospital for days. And nobody in the house really ever got the flu. But that one winter, I don't know, she said her mother was working really hard, really, really hard. And hours had gone past, and she was like young, and she wasn't even think about it, and they didn't put any black salt down. And her brother caught the flu, and he went in the hospital, and it was so bad they thought he could have died. But she said ever since that, she makes it a habit, consistent. There was no more forgetting to put the black salt around her house, so there would be no viruses, no flus, no sicknesses, no illnesses, that death would stay away from her home. And you have people who are going to believe different things. And me as a Christian, I don't knock people for what they believe. If that's what you believe and that's what you stick by, then that's what you do. You know. So we have people out here who believe different things. Is there any belief that someone has told you that you truly like went against? Because it was like, no, I would never believe nothing like that. And I learned as you get older, you know, you accept people for what they believe and you let you believe what you believe. But yes, we have the madness. And then we have, you know, the typical common stuff. The stuff that you hear, like, you know, about not walking around the pole, about the black cat. And some people do some extreme things. I mean, real extreme stuff. And I'm not for, you know, knocking people really. I learned, you know, you keep sometimes your opinion to yourself. Yeah, Baba Yaga, she is ugly. She could be the green lady, though. The way she looks, her face is ugly. Don't be afraid of the dark. I remember that movie, too, called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. It's so scary. One of those scary movies. These little things come out and be dragging people down the steps and into the basement. They got two kinds of movies. The older movie. The first, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. And he was like little gremlins, because when you turn a light on, they be like, bright light, and they go running away. People like, don't turn the lights off. I was listening to Miss Crushing Coffee, and they talking about toe goblins. It was so funny, because that's another myth people make up. Don't keep your toes out because the toe goblins will get you. You hear stuff like this, and they're all myths. Things people make up to believe to scare people. Or to make them think, but when the time comes, you better keep your feet under the covers, because them toe goblins will come and get your toes. It was such a funny live, and I had such an enjoyment of listening to it. But it just reminded me of all the myths and things people say. And some people may have had experience. It might have been somebody who grandmama and grandpa slept out, and when they woke up, their toes was all dry and crusty, or something happened and they got out the bed and fell and somebody said the toe goblins got them, and now they ran around telling that story for years and years to come. Everybody believes in the damn toe goblin in the family. Like, oh no, you remember when grandpa did that, pop did that, or he came out the room and was screaming because he said somebody snatched his toes. He got out with no shoes on, and his foot didn't feel the same if he got out the bed that night, because one of the toe goblins had got to his toes and made him fall, and he was walking funny. Then he fell down the steps. Them toe goblins is real. Nobody. People can make some stuff up. Just the things that we as people come up with. When it's put out there and it's spread, that's all it takes. As my daddy said, a lie, I don't care who tell it. If you make a lie into a true belief, a true myth, a true story, there's no telling who's going to believe it and how long it's going to be passed down from one person to the next person. Because people don't care. It's all about the myth. And then when you sleep up, you wake up one night, and you know how you wake up and you just be out stumbling. And you stumble and hurt your toe. Like, oh my God, grandma, she broke her toe last night because she ain't put her socks on when she went to bed, or she ain't cover up her feet, and the toe goblins tripped and she done broke her toe. That's how stories start. And he will be like, no, that ain't really what happened. But don't tell them that's not what really happened. Because that's their story and they sticking to it. You can't tell them different. The toe goblins done got you now. You done fell after you got out the bed, and stumped your toe on the side of the bed, kick. That's because you ain't watch out because the toe goblin. It was so funny. I was like, yeah, I think they related to the leprechauns. The leprechauns, you know, they like to shine your shoes because your shoes is always dirty and they come for your gold. Whew, it's so funny. I want to make that a little more fiery. So, What other legendary myths have you guys heard and are run in your family? Or superstitious beliefs? Kirby coming out with a book called Aliens. Excuse me. Now, Aliens is not due to come out to next year in February, but I like certain Aliens movies. Like I do. I watch Predator 1, 2, and 3. Aliens with Sergeant Weaver. All of them. I remember Signs with my boy in it. What's his name? Who wrote The Passion of the Christ? Mel Gibson. Okay. E.T. Okay. So I'm hoping he has some good looking aliens and none that look particularly simple. Now if he got some aliens in the book that look like the aliens from the first Alien movie, I can see that. Because bringing life to the page on something that's different. Excuse me. Or something that's unusual is a different challenge. Because my favorite thing to go to in coloring is nature or portraits. Like right now, I'm really into drawing coloring portraits, getting the skin tone to perfection, which I am not yet there, but I'm trying and working my way up, okay? And all my characters in my portraits, I can give them names. I can see them. I have a storyline behind them, or I have certain poems to go with their characters, their facial expressions, how they look, and everything. But when you're talking about putting life to the page on something that's totally wild, something that's totally out there, I also like doing animals. I'm going to start doing that a lot more this fall. If I do a whip and chat or show some pictures of the animals, I like doing and talk about nature and talk about the animals. Sometimes, we see animals, we don't know about their lives. And I mean, that might be boring to certain people, but I like to have something to speak about when I do coloring or when I do something that truly interests me, that I'm working on. So, you can talk about the beaver, but do you really know what the beaver does? Do you really know the life about the beaver? No, I really don't care. Well, I do, because if I'm going to color it, I think about all those things. I'm like, oh, that's cute. Let me make the beaver teeth. His teeth is so cute. Because the beaver got no big teeth, but why do beavers have big teeth? They can saw down wood and take down a tree in a matter of minutes. Things like that, and things that we don't think about. I love watching the Nature Channel. So much to learn, so much we just kind of overlook in life. Then when you get older and you learn a little information about something, you're like, get out. I didn't know that. So, knowledge is the key. So when I do stuff, I like to, at least I'm thinking about, okay, what is it about the beaver? What is it about this it? What is it about the ram? Where are rams found out? Is there really rams out there? Are they, endangered species now because certain animals have died down? But yeah, when you try to bring light to the page and you're trying to do something like Aliens, which Kirby is about to come out with, that's going to be a serious challenge. You bringing light to the page and you're trying to bring colors to an alienated world with species like you've never seen. So I think that's going to be very interesting to see from by Kirby. He even have shoes out now. Oh, I love them. And they have I think dedicated to the ocean, because he believes in saving the environment and cleaning our oceans. So do I. And yeah, I think that's going to be awesome. So how do y'all think that looks so far? It's okay. I like to get more detailed in there. Because I'm going to see if I could do some more detail. I look on Pinterest a lot, and I see a lot of the pictures people do on Pinterest. So if I really like good ideas, I always go on Pinterest. And can y'all see? Somebody dressed up like Baba Yaga for Halloween. And I always used to laugh when I was in North Carolina. We didn't have a lot of kids to come to our house for trick or treat. And then the COVID was out, of course, you don't see people going out for trick or treat like that. But they had a place, a neighborhood that everybody would go to because they had their own little like parade. All the kids would go there because every door would have trick or treat goodies. And I was like, if I ever seen somebody that came to my door, my dad was like, go ahead and get some candy just in case some kids come. Like, there ain't no kids gonna come. There ain't kids out here. You know, our apartment complex when I lived in North Carolina, we had kids, but every now and then, it's like when you don't buy the candy, that's when the kids come knocking. When you do buy the candy, they don't be coming. So I was like, I ain't buying no candy for no kids. I don't do Halloween anyway. But I said, if I ever was to give out candy and somebody came to the door looking like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings or Baba Yaga, they get the whole damn. I just put a whole damn. I put a whole candy bowl in there. I can't just take it all. Ain't nobody else gonna top this. You could take the whole damn bowl of candy, okay? Just go. Somebody dress up like Smeagol come knocking at your door. That's right. You got somebody old because they just believe in giving the kids goodies. Okay, gotta have the goodies for the kids. And they open their door and it's night. And it's like, oh, this is my last time giving out goodies. I ain't had no too many people come tonight. So I'm still got full of candy. Somebody knocked for the last time. And the knock is real hard. Somebody standing there looking like Smeagol and scared of hell. You know, them older folks. Because most of the time when I was living in North Carolina, people that gave out candy were some like really older folks. They had like 20 grandkids or something. And we would always laugh about that. But I could just imagine it happening. Grandma probably lose her head, her teeth, her mind. She probably jump out of shoes. Man, you would get the whole bucket, okay? Just throw the whole bucket of candy at the kid and just go. Like, hey, have trick or treat. And they out there looking like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings or looking like Baba Yaga. I think that would be so hilarious. I'm going to go back over this again. Because people today have such creative minds and the things people would do just to make a good costume is crazy. And if you watch, Deal or No Deal, what is it called? Not Deal or No Deal. Let's Make a Deal. And everybody be dressed in their costumes. And I was like, oh, that is so creative. And they got all kinds of costumes and stuff you can put together. But yes, her eyes are going to be yellow. Can you see somebody with yellow eyes? I can't imagine. Now, I seen somebody had jaundice. And it was like, their eyes looked really yellowish and red. But this woman is ugly as the dickens, as they say. She is ugly as shoot. Lord. Where'd they find her? So yeah, this is Baba Yaga. They called him Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga, the boogeyman? John Wick is not the boogeyman. He's who you sent to kill the boogeyman. The father said that. You were. And he was like, I'm going to fix this, Father. I promise. I'm going to make this right. He said, I'm going to finish what I started. He said, no, son, come here. He had to pat him. He said, he's coming for you. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Because he knew his son was going to die. So he tried to kill John Wick before John Wick killed his son. He still couldn't kill him. As when they tried to choke John with, no, smother him with the plastic bag, I knew it was done. I'm like, oh, tell me they got him now. But once he got away, and he stood there and let him get away, I said, shoot, you should have tried to shoot him while he was standing in the fight. But he knew his life was in jeopardy. He got to his son, he killed him, bang, bang. Came in like a sniper and was like, bam, 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 bam. And then he went after the father, came after, he killed the father. He was not the one to play with it. The impeccable killing skills. He killed 3 guys in a bar with a pencil. Bang, bang. Damn. Excuse my language, but gee. Make that a little darker. Yes. So this is my dedication of Baba Yaga, to John Wick. That came out of the movie John Wick. And I just want to chit chat with you guys. Hoping that your fall season is coming in great. I had got a cough last night and it was bothering me all this morning, but hopefully, thank God, it's just my allergy. Thank you, Lord. No COVID lives here. All right. This is Baba Yaga. I'm going to do her face. I don't know if I'll make her face like grayish looking or I don't know. I think I'm going to have like a little gray, a little red. She look ugly. She already ugly. Just trying to make her look ugly is a challenge. I gotta make her look ugly. She already look ugly. You ain't even got to put no color to her. She look ugly as it is. So Baba Yaga is a witch. She's a boogeyman witch. There's something in my pocket. Unless all it belongs across my face. And I keep it very close in here. I'm sure you wouldn't guess it if you guessed the longer while. And I take it out and put it on. Baba Yaga smile. That girl's ugly. She is ugly. Then she got a neck to be smiling, God. I don't think I ever called anything this ugly. I have Sarah Ratchet, Darko Bumped, and I want to do the lady that looks like she's Frankenstein's Bride. I think I'm gonna put that on Trills for Chills too on October 1st. She's sewing up her own neck, and I'm like, that looks awesome. It's just different. She is an ugly thing. Thank you guys for tuning in to my little chit and chat of Baba Yaga from John Wick. If you haven't watched John Wick, go check it out. It is really good if you like action movie, something that's action packed. John Wick is definitely the movie to check out. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. This is your spiritual colors and diamond painter. Goodbye.